Hey folks, Matt Ryder, National Poetry Month, Day 7. Got a couple poems for you today from two African-American poets. The first one I'm going to read is from Major Jackson's second book, I believe, called Hoops. Major Jackson is an amazing contemporary poet. He teaches up at University of Vermont. And the poem I'm going to read for you today is called Silk City. I apologize if I mess any of it up. No space at the bar, so you stare at the neon signs blinking in the mirror behind the bottles, tiny flecks of stuccoed ceiling glitter. At a cocktail table, colors flare from a lava lamp, illuminating a couple bent toward each other like angels stilled in a kiss. The disco balls whirl, spinning slow beams of light from a million lighthouses. I love that line. You pay to enter so much darkness, a shore of human flesh mingles, a crew of cool cats lean against glass, bricked windows, bobbing heads, peeping women in strappy dresses, and ass-hugging bell-bottoms. The rhythm hits you like a slow punch. There's the DJ hunched over the turntables, leaving his crates and crates of vinyl. One hand holding his head, nodding in agreement to the beats, unbroken and thematic claims, the other spinning moods and vibes, so intoxicating you throw back your gin and tonic and head to the dance floor. It's time to lose yourself. The whole city here is swiveling on a throb. You bounce back and forth in front of the speakers, stacked like blocks to heaven. The dance floor's warm sky. When a woman joins your cipher, her eyes roll back, vinyl-like inside you. So many thresholds to find. Now I kind of remember why I love that poem. I love the dance. So it's a good one right there. So yeah, check him out. Major Jackson, excellent poems, amazing poet. So yeah, check those out. The next poem I'm going to read, and I'll be honest, this is the hardest book to ever choose a poem from, and it's one of the best books ever written, I think. Ooh, it's up there. So this is Olio by Tyehimba Jess, who I'm honored and privileged to be able to teach next to, or teach with. His office is next to mine, but that doesn't mean I teach next to him. I hardly ever get to see him actually on campus. But he wrote this book called Olio, and it won a little prize called the Pulitzer. And it's a beautiful piece of work. And I really wish, if you've ever seen Tyehimba read, it's an amazing, amazing thing to watch. And I want to keep my finger in the right place. So this book, if I could show it to you, does some amazing things. It has amazing fold-outs. I got to put my foot up. I don't want to ruin it because I love this book. I'm afraid to mess it up. It's got some amazing fold-outs. It's got poems that were written. So basically, most of these are about, slavery, post-slavery, minstrel shows, African-American, impoverished, horrible living conditions, and basically everything that came with slavery and post-slavery life for African Americans in this country. Some of the poems are written so that they go on both sides of the page, so that you could read them on either side of the page. You could read them totally together. You could read them side to side. It's really, really a beautiful thing. There's amazing images in here. There's some beautiful drawings in here. Some of the poems will just pop out and move down the page. Some of the poems, oh God, I'm ruining it. Some of the poems are even meant to be cut out, and I don't want to do that, and I'm messing this up terribly. Give me 1 second here before I ruin my beautiful, beautiful book that Professor Jess was kind enough to sign for me. Now I got to find the poem that I was looking for. So I'm going to read one quick poem for you by about, let me see here if I can find the one I was just looking for. Give me one moment, folks. I'm going to lose it. So the poem I'm looking for, which I just lost because I don't like making creases in this book, which is probably a poor way to go about it. It's about a Native woman. Well, give me a second here. Let me find it for you. Oh, shoot. We'll lose it. Cicerietta Jones, Berlin vs. Joplin. Alabaster Hands. Almost close. There we are. All right. Oh, not that one. Close. Sorry, almost there. I know this is not very exciting, but this is what it's like reading this book. It's a lot to go through. Oh, here we are. Minnehaha. Edmonia Lewis, who was one of the first, or the first, I believe, African-American sculptors in this country. And this basically is a poem that's in honor of, dedicated to, maybe kind of using as an object of the ode, so to speak, in this poem. Not necessarily as an ode, but it's just a beautiful poem. And I'll be honest, it's hard for me to find a poem in this book to read to you guys that I could feel comfortable reading. But it's the most amazing adventure to read this book. Honestly, in the last 10 years, and I don't have a book that I could say that was more fun to read and try to figure out what was going on in here. Read it front to back, up, down, left, right, turn it over, and it reveals something new. Olio. The name of the poem is Minnehaha, who is a character from a Longfellow poem, I believe. Oh, God, I hope I get that right. Anyway, let me read this to you. Yeah, so Minnehaha, Edmonia Lewis, Marble, 1868. So it's basically a, so what I'm looking for. So it's a oh God, I'm losing it right now. Sorry, it's been a short week, but a long day. It's a poem where the object is the statue that we are going to be addressing, and for some reason, right now it's an ode to me. It's an ode to Minnehaha statue, created by Edmonia Lewis. All right, sorry about that. Too much setup there. I felt like you have to set up a lot of these poems. Okay, here, get to the poem. Shut up, Matt Ryder, and get to the poem. All right, so this is Minnehaha, Edmonia Lewis, Marble, 1968, by Tyehimba, Jess. What part of me is mine that was not mined from the mind of poets, artists rewriting the past blow by blow till it's pulverized past the barely recognizable? I was born when I was written, then hammered out of a mountain. I was shattered and then broken, then sharpened to the human. I'm carved in marble that never dies, hardly crumbles, a stubborn queen who'll die only with those people who crave a ruling monarchy of fictions. Tales my sculptor plied to strike against her pale armies of indignities. History is their favorite lie. I found my face buried in its would-be pages, then excavated by a native who fled the country. Such was her misery at home in the land where my legends roams, the canonized American poetry. I'm her stone arrow, her refusal to bow. I wear her chiseled aim as my crown. I'm gonna read one more. I gotta read one more. It was a nice small one to read, but there isn't really a nice small one to read, but I'm going to read one more, nonetheless. The Death of Cleopatra. She reached into the ground with a saw and sluice, chiseled me down from mountainous till I was almost mortal, perched me in the throne of life's last promise. She fashioned me a legend unlocked from earth's history. Her brown hands bore me alabaster smooth from rubble to royalty, birthed me into the breach of my last breath, baptized me in the burn of her sweat over my every ripple and curve, to teach me love like the blows of a million small hammers in search of a stillborn heart. And while she polished my demise with pumice and her slow grinding work song of muscle and scrape, I learned the labor of a queen robbed of country, of a creator who carves her story in the face of all she beholds and bids it shine until death's garden of stone is grounds to life. Read that last one much better. Tyehimba, Jess, Olio, go check out these poems. It's beautiful. It's in paperback now. Go explore this book. Go explore poetry. It's National Poetry Month. You're sitting at home. Here's a good one to start with. Take care. Have a wonderful evening, and stay clean, stay safe, stay home.